Selena Gomez receives life-saving surgery. In an Instagram post made earlier today, Selena revealed that the reason she was laying low for part of the summer and not promoting her new music was because she was recovering from a kidney transplant. Back in October of 2015, Selena had an interview with Billboard where she revealed that she had been diagnosed with lupus and was undergoing chemotherapy. Then in August of 2016, she took a break from her career after suffering from panic attacks, anxiety, and depression as a result of lupus. And now she needed a kidney transplant due to lupus. In Selena's post, she is in a hospital bed holding hands with one of her longtime friends and actress Francia Reza, who was her donor. You may recognize her from her role in The Secret Life of the American Teenager. She also posted 2 photos of her stomach following the surgery. In this post, Selena says, "I'm very aware some of my fans had noticed I was laying low for part of the summer and questioning why I wasn't promoting my new music, which I was extremely proud of. So I found out I needed to get a kidney transplant due to my lupus and I was recovering. It was what I needed to do for my overall health. I honestly look forward to sharing with you soon my journey through these past several months as I have always wanted to do with you. Until then, I wanted to publicly thank my family and incredible team of doctors for everything they have done for me prior to and post-surgery. And finally, there aren't enough words to describe how I can possibly thank my beautiful friend Francia. She gave me the ultimate gift and sacrifice by donating her kidney to me. I'm incredibly blessed. I love you so much, sis." Lupus continues to be very misunderstood, but progress is being made. For information about lupus, please go to the Lupus Research Alliance website. All of us here are happy to see that Selena has recovered from the transplant and seems to be doing much better. She's definitely one strong woman. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on this beautiful Thursday. I'm Courtney McGinley. As always, we have a bunch of interesting news stories headed your way, so without further ado, let's get started. Next, have you guys heard about Hurricane Jose? First Harvey, then Irma, and now Jose. As of early yesterday, Jose was 840 miles east of Florida, with maximum sustainable winds of 75 miles per hour, making it a Category 1 storm. According to the National Hurricane Center, Jose is looping over the southwest Atlantic between the Bahamas and Bermuda. The storm is expecting to remain at hurricane intensity in the western Atlantic, and it could be strengthened as it takes an odd looping path that brings it near the Bahamas and the US this weekend. But luckily, most computer models are showing that it will stay out to sea to complete a tight enough loop to avoid moving on shore. Next, the Caribbean is running out of supplies after Irma. This once lush landscape is now being compared to a nuclear landscape. Many of the residents find themselves in darkness and the power is still out. They are increasingly worried about dwindling food and water supplies. Thousands of residents are forced to fend for themselves as no backup was coming in to help. Residents of St. Martin have said that they don't even know how long it will take before people there will get food. Irma killed at least 44 people in the Caribbean. While this hurricane brought a lot of devastation, it also brought a sense of community among survivors, who shared what resources they had left. If you guys want to help the victims of Hurricane Irma, you can donate money through organizations such as UNICEF and Save the Children. Also, there's Oxfam, which will be working to provide clean water and sanitation, and the Salvation Army, which is setting up emergency shelters. And Global Giving has set up an Irma relief fund to support vetted local organizations. And of course, there's GoFundMe's dedicated page for Irma relief campaigns. According to the Red Cross, an estimated 1.2 million people have been affected by Irma, and that number could rise to 26 million. So donations are really important to help try and get these families back on their feet. Another way you can help is through volunteering. So if you're in Puerto Rico, the US Virgin Islands, or Florida, you can register on the website of the National Voluntary Organizations active in disaster site, or go through Red Cross. Next, information about the new Apple phone is out. And while people are impressed with some of the new features, they aren't too happy about the price. Apparently it's going to cost 1,000 American dollars or 1,000 British pounds. Yeah, so in the UK it's going to be an additional $200+. This is the 10th anniversary for the iPhone. Its most outstanding new feature is that it's wireless with no home button and a huge screen. Apple is also coming out with a new iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, as well as a new Apple Watch and new 4K Apple TV. But back to the iPhone. Since there's no longer a home button, you wake up the iPhone 10 by either picking it up or tapping on the screen. One of the really crazy new features is that this phone will use facial recognition instead of the finger sensor. The iPhone 10's front-facing camera now includes an IR floodlight and camera to invisibly illuminate and photograph your face even in the dark, using a map of your face that is created by a series of hundreds of dots that map out your facial structure. But one kind of fun thing this facial scanning allows you to do is create facially tracked animal emojis. Also, as I mentioned before, there's wireless charging, and it's said this phone will last 2 hours longer than the iPhone 7. If you're interested in owning this phone, it's going to be available for pre-order mid-October, and it will be available in stores on November 3rd. Next, speaking speaking about electronics, attention gamers, Nintendo's mini-sized classic console is coming back in 2018. That's right, due to the strong demand, the NES Classic Edition will be available once again next year. I mean, it's not too shocking as it was one of the most sought out items during the 2016 shopping season. Earlier this year, the company said they will no longer produce this console due to limited resources. But consumers weren't having it and their voices were heard. So if you've missed out on getting your classic console the first time around due to it selling out so fast, you now have another chance. I mean, it's pretty impressive. It has 30 built-in games such as Mario Bros and Donkey Kong, and a retro-inspired controller. Let me know down in the comments if you already own this console or if you're interested in getting one in the new year. And in celebrity news, Rebel Wilson has been awarded $3.6 million in an Australian defamation case. This is after Popular Magazine published articles claiming Wilson lied about her name, age, and childhood so she would make it in Hollywood. The magazine stated that she was a severe liar who fabricated almost every aspect of her life. In light of all of this, Wilson said that she missed out on several prominent film roles and other opportunities in the wake of her success of Pitch Perfect 2, which came out back in 2015. About this, the actress tweeted, "Today was the end of a long and hard court battle against Bauer Media, who viciously tried to take me down with a series of false articles. Wilson won the case after the media company failed to properly investigate the allegations, which came from a source who required payment for anonymity. The $3.6 million payout is the biggest defamation payout in Australian history." Well, there you guys go. That's all the news stories I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.